Feels like we've done this once or twice, or
yeah, 3 times now.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. This is the 4th album we've done together.
I know. It's been what? How many years we've been doing this?
My first one I released in
5 years.
4 albums in 5 years. That's not a bad batting average.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Seeing how much better we get every time, I'm really excited to see how this one comes out.
Same. This should turn out really good.
Every album we've done has been better than the last.
Absolutely.
Cheers, everybody. So what you're about to watch is basically just a behind the scenes of my most recent album that I released, which, if everything goes according to plan, the time this YouTube video comes out, it should have released exactly 1 week ago. So it should give you guys some time to listen to it. And I just wanted to give you some behind the scenes on how I record my albums, what kind of gear we used, how we got the sounds on the album. You're mainly going to be seeing me as well as my producer Jesse in the video. The whole album was recorded over the course of like a couple months. We did things, we basically had 1 session a week where we would come in and we would record at least 1 instrument, maybe we'd get to a couple different instruments. But you're about to see the whole process behind that. So without any further ado, enjoy the video.
The joys of recording, am I right?
So for recording bass, originally we were planning on using my white P bass. It's got the EMG pickups in there, but there ended up being some sort of issue with the input jack, or something wasn't grounded or soldered right. We were getting a lot of noise, so we ended up using my producer Jesse's bass, some sort of Squire something or rather. I don't remember exactly what, but it actually had flat wound strings on it, which you normally wouldn't use for metal. The strings on my bass they're Ernie Ball Cobalt, so they're really high output, a lot of high end going on, and that helps you cut through a metal mix. But we were using so much gain and so much nastiness on the amps when we recorded bass that the flat wounds ended up not being an issue. So it gives you a kind of interesting sound. But basically we just took we split the signal, sent one end directly into the interface. We used that for basically just clean low end. And then the other end we sent into my Proco Rat pedal into the Friedman Brown Eye preamp from Synergy, which we actually sent through a guitar cab with just 12-inch guitar speakers. And we mic'd that up with, I believe, an SM57, if I'm not mistaken. And we just blended those 2 tracks basically to create the bass tone for the album, and you're about to hear what that sounds like now. for each guitar, we're running from the guitar into the pedal board. We've got ABY switch here, so we can run the dual amp setup over there. One end is just going into the Boss SD1 into the Friedman Brown Eye preamp, basically a modded plexi style thing. The goal for this is to have two amps that sum up to a really big wall of sound. So, you know, one amp we've got a lot of transients, really forward mids, just a nice plexi style, smooth breakup Marshall tone. And then for the other signal chain, we're coming out of the orange amp detonator, going into the Mimic doubler pedal, which it basically just algorithmically randomizes your performance into a second performance, so it gives the effect of two guitarists playing the same part, which effectively removes any phasing issues you might have miking up two amps. Since it creates a second performance, you don't have to worry about your mics being in phase. And then I go from that into the Proco Rat. Got the filter all the way open, volume all the way up, and then the distortion, I turn the knob right up until the diodes kick in. You know, down below this first little tick mark, there's no diode clipping. And then right as soon as those diodes kick in, that's where I leave it. That goes over to the solid state Marshall over there. I've got a pretty scooped out old school death metal sound going on there. Plus the Rat in front of it. It gets really nasty, really grimy and disgusting. So between the really tight plexi style amp and the really disgusting death metal nasty amp, it ends up summing up to a really huge sounding guitar tone. And I just had to put the EQ pedal in the effects loop of that amp over there because these Marshalls on their own are really dark. There's not enough top end, so I'm basically just using that as a presence knob to get it as bright as I need it to be. This amp is being mic'd with an SM57, the other one's being mic'd with a U87 copy. And then we switched it up for the second guitar track. Real quick, I wanted to clarify something about the guitar clip that I just talked about. The whole process that I just explained in that previous clip, we did it for both of the guitars. So we did that entire thing for the guitar on the left, and then I believe when we did the guitar on the right, we switched the microphones around. So I think instead of the Tascam U87 copy, we ended up using a different large diaphragm condenser, I believe by Blue. And then I think we also switched the 57 and the condenser so that they were miking the different amp versus the one that they were doing on the left side. Just to give the right and left guitars a little bit of different character, but I just wanted to clarify that. My bad. You're good. You're good. Okay, I was playing the minor third instead of the fifth. Let's try it again. So this is the setup that we're running for, I guess, doubles. We're doing some overdubs during the choruses, adding some extra little harmonies in there. Basically just adding an extra layer of thickness during the choruses. So what we're doing here, we've got the AVY box, simple enough, just splits the signal. Then over here, on one side we're running into the super overdrive, into the Friedman BEOD. We're using that as a preamp. And we've got a 10-band EQ after that. That's just going to go into the effects return of one of the Marshalls over here. Basically just running this as a preamp. It's going to sound pretty standard as far as a high gain amp goes. And then the other side we're going to the Mimic doubler, which I talked about earlier. It just creates a double track that's free of phase issues. Basically just creates another performance. And then from there we're going into the Proco Rat. I've got the distortion turned up right to where the diodes kick in and not a tick above that. That's running into Bogner Uberschall preamp, which is slaved into the Marshall. It's just using Marshall for power. The effect that running the Rat into the front of the Uberschall gives us is that it sounds almost like an HM2, except it's controllable. It doesn't sound like complete dog shit. Sounds really cool. It's going to be good for adding extra little layers into the choruses of songs. So for leads, we've got 2 wah pedals here. I only used that for one, not musical part. It's pretty noisy. It's just kind of there for fun, because who really has 2 wah pedals on their board? Figured might as well. It goes into the orange amp detonator, splits it into 2 different signals. We got Proco Rat going into the Friedman preamp, slaved into the Marshall. We've just got the distortion all the way open, same with the filter and the volume. It's just all cranked. Then the other side of the signal, we've got the Friedman Brown Eye Overdrive with the MXR 10 band EQ. That's run into the effect return of that other Marshall. It's basically just mids for days. Gets a really nice pick attack from the Rat, but it's a really nice lead tone, easier to lay on the album. I'm ready. Sorry, same place. Let's try it again.
Okay.
World strength, dust of world, share, power, force to kill, fight off the icy chill, when walls cold and shrill. World strength, dust of will, share, power, force to kill. Apex predator, a sun, man no more strength. Apex predator, a sun, man no more strength. Beyond mere mortals will to live in my core. Give me the lives of my sisters and brothers. I'm fighting to live in the hands of my mother. Reclaiming a carcass and just for the government. All of me fighting just to live another day. Give me the lives of my sisters and brothers. I'm fighting to live in the hands of my mother. Reclaiming a carcass and just for the government. All of me fighting just to live another day. Give me the lives of my sisters and brothers. I'm fighting to live in the hands of my mother. Reclaiming a carcass and just for the government. All of me fighting just to live another day. All of these fighting just to live another day. I push it up and I keep pushing anyway. Testing my ship with the pin never goes away. Cruising the camera, she keeps doing everything. Turn up the top when it won't happen anyway. Love, blood, scream, growl. Hate, must not give up. Muster the strength. False power is just an illusion.
So that was basically the entire process of recording the album. I wasn't really there for the mixing and mastering part of it. That was all up to Jesse, although I did give my my sort of notes and final input on that. But for the most part, that was all on his end. But as far as the recording goes, that's basically everything that you just saw. So the album's been out for a week now when this video comes out, hopefully. So if you haven't yet, make sure you go stream the album. I'll put a link in the description as well as the pinned comment. And I don't know, if you stuck around till the end, leave a comment. But thanks. Cheers.